Okay, hello everybody. My name is Mariia Khorun, and I am leading Ukrainian Response Initiative project by Razum for Ukraine. Razum for Ukraine is a Ukraine-focused nonprofit located in New York City, in the Ukrainian village of New York City. It was established in 2014 as a response to the war in Crimea and Eastern Ukraine. And in 2022, it became one of the biggest nonprofits, Ukraine-focused nonprofits in the United States. And Razum provides assistance to Ukraine directly. And my project, Ukrainian Response Initiative, provides assistance to displaced Ukrainians in New York City, to Ukrainian refugees in New York City. So today, we have a wonderful guest with us, Lynn Manley. She is a specialist. She's economic development specialist at Small Business Administration. Manley works with immigrant communities. She provides assistance to them. She provides guidance to them. She knows many resources that small business owners need to know, or those who want to start a business need to know. So we are very excited and thankful that Manley joined us. Let me see if we have many people who speak English well, because that was one of my questions. Okay, so most of you said that you are fluent in English or conversational, which makes my job easier today. I don't think I'm going to translate everything, so I'm excited. I hope everybody understands English well enough. And as I said, thanks to multiple interpreters who helped us prepare slides today. They are available in Ukrainian. So these slides we will email after the meeting, so you will be able to read through them in Ukrainian as well. But today we're going to go over slides that Manley has prepared, has used successfully, and we'll go over them. Like I said, please use the Q&A function of Zoom to ask questions. Please note, this is not an immigration webinar, so any questions pertaining to immigration we will not be able to answer. This is strictly discussing your business initiatives. If you want to start a business, if you have immigration questions, you can fill out the form that I posted in the chat, Запит на допомогу, and through that form, in that form, you can indicate what question you have, and we can then refer you to our immigration partner organization. So that's a few details here today. Okay, if you want to ask a question, you can raise a hand. I think we'll go over the slides first, and then you can ask your questions, but you are welcome to post your questions in Q&A so we can look at them also in the end. Okay, so let me start sharing the screen with you. Hope you will be able to see it.
I can share the screen too.
You can share the screen?
Right.
Okay, so
right. If you set me up to share the screen, yeah, I can share the screen. So let me share the screen.
Sure.
Okay, did you see it?
Yes, I see it, and that means that everybody else can see it too. Manley, so why don't you start, and we can take it from there.
Okay, yeah, good evening, everyone. My name is Manley Lin. It's my pleasure to provide you the information, and I hope that you learn how to start a business in New York, and you will start your own business and grow your business here. Okay, let me go through. The first slide is Like I and Mariia, we provide you the information how to start a business. But if you need one-on-one assistance or counseling, we have free services for you through our resource partner. So you can see here, those in red color, they are our founded resource partner. If you go to the website on the top, you will receive this PowerPoint. So don't worry, you don't have to jot down. You enter your zip code, then we'll show you all the resource partner near you. So you can choose to make appointment with them for the one-on-one counseling. They can help you to modify your business plan. And when you prepare, maybe, for your loan, they can help you to prepare your loan package. And any questions about marketing, or in the future, you want to expand to government contracting or exporting, you can just, get assistance with them. So I have
it's great to know that you don't have to do it on your own. There are organizations who can provide assistance to you. So in that first slide, those organizations are listed, as well as this next slide that Manly had. SCORE is an organization of business mentors, usually retired executives or really top executives, people with a lot of experience who are willing to mentor, work with people on their business ideas. Women Business Center is another organization that you can attend if you are a woman and you're thinking about running your business. And so these resources are available to you, and you are, we encourage you to take advantage of them.
Right. So now I will go for the 10 steps to start your own business. This is on SBA's website. The first one is conduct your market research. You need to find out if you have enough customers. And so very important for you to decide who will be your customer, who will be your ideal customers. Of course, you want to sell to everybody, but in the beginning, you have to focus in your target customers. So who should be your ideal customers? You should just think about who need your products. Most people, they ask me, they say, what are the best business idea? I say there are 3. Number 1, if you see, people have a problem, you can solve the problem. That's the best business idea. The second one, if you can improve people's life. For example, during the pandemic, a lot of people, they need to learn, different skills, even cooking, the computer skills, or even learn other languages, so you can improve their lives. The third one is just make people happy, okay? Helping them to hold birthday parties, weddings. So if you can help the community, help your customers, then money will follow. Because a lot of businesses just ask, what's the best business to make money? You don't follow money, you follow your heart to help the community. So the first things, you have to decide who will be your ideal customers, and then try to satisfy your customers, make them need your products and get services from you. And then they will become your marketing ambassador. They will. So later I'll have slides, have some websites can help you to do the market research. Mariia, you want to add something?
Yes, so these are 10 steps for you to start thinking about that you need to do in order to launch a business. And I wanted to bring our attention back to the poll. I see that most of you completed the poll, and I just wanted to say, share what kind of crowd we have today. And so some of you, most of you indicated that you did have a business in Ukraine, or you're still having a business in Ukraine. So 70% of attendees. Wow, interesting. Again, the majority of you are in services. So послуги, ринок послуг, services. Some of you are selling or manufacturing goods. Some of you are in e-commerce, so 30% of attendees. No one is interested in a non-profit organization, and that's different topic, but still I listed it there just for curiosity. And no technological startups. So it looks like it's a good crowd for this kind of seminar for small business. Next
Excellent.
question was if our attendees already formed their business, and it's pretty much 50-50, really. 43% said yes, 43% said no, and another 29% said they're still thinking about it. So we have like a nice distribution. Half of the people already launched their business. So congratulations to those of you who launched the business, and hopefully that everybody can benefit from the webinar. And like I said, most of you responded that your English is good. There is one person who said that they are learning English, so it's great. Congratulations, and I hope today also will be informative for you. Okay. So
Okay, so
a little
great.
idea, yes.
So you already have your business, but I think right now most of you still running. So of course now you have a different market. Other than your original market, you can develop your new market in US. So I think the marketing is really most important for you. So let's get through other things, but I want to talk to you about marketing, okay? So thank you for the information. And number two, write your business plan. In the business plan, there are two sections are most important for a lender. When you want to borrow money from the lenders, they want to see your financial section, see your financial situation. The second one is marketing, because if you don't have a marketing, you don't have customers, you don't have a business. So I think actually we should talk about that. Number three is fund your business. I believe all the business, no matter what stage you are at, you all need money to back you up to expand your business. So number four, if later, if you need funding, maybe you can put it in the Q&A. SBA can help you with different kind of loan, but now I'm going to find out if any microloan lenders can make loan to you. Okay.
Yes, so Manly asked if anybody of you is interested in funding, фондування вашого бізнесу, щоб поставити капітал на ваш бізнес через кредит, позичку. Ви можете вписати це в Q&A, і Manly пошукає цю інформацію. So Manly will look for this information, and the situation of displaced Ukrainians is different than most immigrants you're working with, correct? Because most people have some sort of credit history, they have their tax returns, and unfortunately, those of us, those of displaced Ukrainians who came here last year and this year, they don't have this information. So it may be challenging, but Manly promised she will take a look at the resources that are available.
So Mariia, I have a question. Are they all without green card?
Yeah, everybody.
They just came?
Most people are without green cards. Yes, if they came as humanitarian parolees, they don't have a green card.
Okay.
So that means that they're here temporarily.
Okay. So do you think they want to register their business in New York or in US?
Yes, I think those who came today are interested in launching their business here. Yes.
Right. They still can continue their business, the original business, but just register business here. I think that would be better for them, but they have to they have to report the tax, but would be good for the future. I think US, they welcome foreigner to have a business in US. Okay, so okay, we can change that. Okay, so
Yeah, and I see some people already started commenting that they are interested in the funding opportunities. Yeah, so
okay,
very good.
and okay, so number 5 is number 4, pick your business location. But if you only provide services, maybe you don't need a business location. I don't know what kind of services you provide. So you can online, virtual, right? Or there in US or in New York, there are many co-working space. You can rent for weekly or monthly. So you don't have to use your home address as your business address. That's the good reason you don't want to use your home address. Okay. The co-working space, a lot of startups, they work, they all are there. So sometimes you can partner with somebody. For example, if you do the accounting, and if there is one business, they are, they help business to develop their website. So you too can exchange your services. So that can save your costs. Okay. So just think about that. There are a lot of co-working space. Sometimes they hold a training there. And you can meet with other startups. That's a good advantage. So maybe when you need that, you can find that. Okay.
Mainly, I remember there was an advertisement, an announcement by LaGuardia College, I believe, that they have a co-working space in Queens.
Yes, they have, and also they are in Long Island City. And also Queens College, they have a tech incubator. So if your business is, like IT related or invention related, they also have the, incubator. So incubator, they have different kind of programs. So just think about if you want to have, a space in some of the organization that really can help you to meet with other business and expand your business faster. Okay. Okay, that's good. And then number 6, choose your business name. You already have a business. Now maybe you can have good English name. Okay, so I think you all have idea. Number 7, register your business. So we can go over maybe some business structure and tell you which one may be good for you. But that all depends on your business, like accounting, most of the American accountant, they just as a sole proprietor, they just start doing their business. They don't have to register. So that's we will talk about that. And number 8, pay tax. In US, very important that you pay tax. So later, when, for example, like during the pandemic, if business they didn't pay tax or they didn't pay the full tax, maybe they cannot get the government's assistance. So pay tax is very important.
Yeah, this is a great point, because during the COVID pandemic, that's right, Small Business Administration, where mainly works, provided huge assistance to small business owners. For many small business owners, it was their lifeline. Millions of dollars, well, billions of dollars went into supporting US-based small businesses. And one of the things to consider was if these businesses were active and they had revenue, they had operations during prior years. And so for those businesses, that didn't necessarily indicate that they were active, or they did not indicate they had revenues, the amount of help was small. And for those who could show that they really were operating, they were active, they had employees, the amount of help was much bigger, and it was both loans and grants. So that's just another point, and thank you so much for mentioning that and encouraging people to play by the rules. America has many consultants, attorneys, CPAs. They can help you build your structure efficiently, but also understand that this country, everybody pays taxes. So that's a good advice.
Right. And the number 9, have to apply for the licenses and permits. That depends on your industry. So later we'll show you which office you should contact. And the last one, you open a business bank account. So that's important. Even you just do business by yourself as a sole proprietor, but you need to separate your personal expense account with from the business account. So do not mix them up. So because the IRS, they are very concerned about that. And unfortunately, in U.S., IRS sometimes they were audited. So please just separate the account totally. So now we go to the next slide. Here are more if you Google steps to start your own business, you can see there are hundreds. So you can search several and see their items, but you don't have to follow the orders because most of them you have to do several steps simultaneously. It's not one after the other. But here I mentioned very important. I'm happy that to know many of you provide service, not sell the items. So for those you provide services, it's a little bit different. Number 1, you have to become an expert. You know you are an expert, but you have to let your customers know that you are an expert. Okay, so how can you do that? You have to do the marketing for yourself. So first things, you can establish a website, but even better, you should have a blog. So a lot of people ask me, what's the difference between a website and a blog? Website is a formal platform for you to sell. You want people go to your website and they decide to pay you. So let's go to the shopping cart, they pay you. But blog is the channel for you to communicate with your customers, future customers, or existing customers. That's more personal, not that formal. So you can just educate people what you have what you can provide. And of course, if they know you are the expert, they will come to you. Also, the blog, they can, people can subscribe your blog. So you will have a database of those people, they are interested, they follow you, they are your follower. So when you have any new ideas or have new products you want to let them know, or you can send to them. Okay, so that's a very good way. I think you already know that if you have a blog and you connect to your website in the future, I hope maybe most of you already have website, but put a blog on your website can help your SEO 30% more. So that's very, I think it's critical for you. And the last one, in US, you can join some like a Chamber of Commerce. In New York, they have a great New York Chamber, they have Manhattan Chamber, depends on, or industry, in different industry, like a restaurant, they have chambers for them. So you can join the Chamber of Commerce, so you can meet with other business. Then usually chambers, they will promote business for their members, and their members, they can refer customers to each other. So I encourage you find a good one and can join there.
Yeah, I just posted in the chat, Manhattan Chamber of Commerce, New York Chamber of Commerce, and for everybody to know, Chamber of Commerce, це комерційна палата, торгова палата. So it's for networking opportunities, it's for presentation opportunities, it's for looking for your clients. So it's a good resource for businesses.
I think this slide I can skip because just talk about the reason you want to start your own business. I think you already know. And this, I can skip this one too, okay? Like SBA, we have assessment to help people to decide if they should really go to the business. So now I'm going to just mention something in the business plan, okay? I hope that all of you, because now you have a new market, so you should write your new business plan, okay? It's easier for lenders, especially they need to see your business plan. And also maybe when you negotiate with supplier, or even show your landlord when you want to have a space, they see your business plan, they will know that you have a very good plan, you will grow very well. So they are more likely to negotiate with you, to work with you. And but today we are not go to the detail of business plan. I just want to mention in your business plan, the marketing and the financial management are the two most important sessions that you can focus. Okay, let's go to each section. Just let you think about what you need to come up. The first one, just give a description of your business and your goal. What's your mission? What's your goal? I believe everyone is trying to help your customers to solve a problem or improve their lives or make them happy. So you need to have a good, in US, we call elevator pitch. Elevator pitch is when you meet somebody in the elevator, 20 to 30 seconds. How can you introduce your business? In the ancient time, people always introduce themselves, say, oh, my name is, and my company is, and I sell what or provide what kind of services. But now it's different. People don't care what business you are doing. They care about what you can help them. So you need to ask a question, okay, and get connection with the person listen to you. Okay, for example, if you sell something, can relate for the diabetes patient. So you can ask, do you know any friends or relatives that they have diabetes? I think everybody knows somebody have diabetes. So you can say, actually, I can help them. Then, just let them be interested in what you are talking about. Okay, so they will ask you the question. That would be the best one. Okay. So you have to come up something that what's your goal, what's your mission. And then the second one is you have to talk about in your summary, what's your legal structure. That's later we will talk about that. And the skills and experience you bring to the business. So that's your niche. For lenders also, they want to see, even the business owner, you don't have to know about everything, but you need to have a team, okay? Managers, your managers, they can show that they will be good to manage the business. And the last one, your advantage and your business over your competition. So what's your niche, okay? Why people have to come to you, not your competitors? So you have to think about something, okay? You can let people feel you can help them more.
I wanted to comment on something. Yes, here, list the skills and experience you bring to the business. And in our case, many of you came from Ukraine with your experiences, achievements, and maybe you're hesitant. But like Manli said, it's really the matter of marketing strategy. You have the business skills to be a successful business owner. You ran a business in Ukraine, or some of you, and now you're here, you're interested in that. So think about, don't limit yourself. Some of you indicated that you're still learning English. Let that not limit you in your beginnings here in America, in your plans. Because if you could sell in Ukraine, you will be able to sell here. If you provided services in Ukraine, depending on the service, can be a little path to take. For example, if it's a professional service, medical, legal, you may need to get some additional education, but it is doable. You can do it. America is that country where you can start a business, run a business, and it's, in my opinion, it's the best thing to have your own business. So that's just to encourage you about skills and experience. Remember, you are not coming with the empty pockets, you're coming with a lot of experience. So take advantage of that and pitch that. Just like Manli said, that elevator pitch, 60 seconds, you can present yourself. And usually when our displaced persons whom we see during our events, they are amazing. So many people are highly educated. So many people had their businesses, and here they are, not because they chose to, because of the circumstances, but let's make sure that we don't let that stop us. So, hey, keep going.
Yes, you have bigger market for you. Okay. So this one just discuss your product and services. So I don't know, there are two services are very broad. One is IT, the other one is counseling. Okay. Usually I tell those business owner, I say, if you just tell me, say, I'm an IT company, I don't know if I can refer a customer to you because it's too broad. I don't know exactly what you can help them. So for counseling and IT, please, you should list the details of what you can help your business, your customers. Okay.
So looking for a niche business, what do you do? What's your niche? And this way you'll be able to find your market better than doing everything, right?
Right. And you identify your market, its size and location. I think that for you, because you are in the Ukrainian community, so maybe you just want to serve the Ukrainian people community. But I encourage you, go outside of your community. So expand your business. The easiest way is just on your website. If your website right now doesn't have English, you should put English. So usually I say, if you have English, you have Spanish, you have Chinese, you cover 90% of the whole world. So if you can afford that, or you know how to do that, I think that's a very good, I told a lot of business. And after they did that, actually their business just, grows so fast. So that's one suggestion for you.
Yeah, that's a great suggestion. Even think about it. There were 178,000 Ukrainians in New York City metro before the full-scale invasion. Let's say another 50 to 100,000 people came. Okay. And compare that with 8.5 millions in New York City. So the market is much bigger. So it may look like it's easier to serve your group of people, Ukrainians, because you don't need to speak English. You are all the same, culture is the same, it's easier to get along, but that is such a small market. So yeah, Manli, thank you. It's a great encouragement to go outside of your comfort zone and expand and see if you can get other clients, customers as well, because this is the power of America. Millions of people, and especially millions of people in New York City. So that's a great point.
Yeah. And the last one, explain your pricing strategy. So you need to have pricing strategy. Right now, it's no inflation, and so everything is the cost is higher. But in US, same situation. So you have to think about how will you change your pricing for your services? Okay, some services actually people would think more expensive is better, but some services actually, if people cannot afford, then you don't have enough customers. So you really have to make a decision, but you can adjust. I just want to tell you the story because we have like a mini MBA classes for business. So there's one Hispanic restaurant. They, when we are in the class, we told, all the business told him, say, you have to raise your price. Your price too low, you're not making money. And he said, but because all the restaurant around them, their price is not that high, so he dare not to do that. But we all the classmates encouraged him to raise the price, and he did. And after 2 weeks he came back, he told us, he said, wow, I was very surprised, all the customers, nobody left because they love our food. So I just want to tell you, if your product or services is good, your customers love you and they need your services, they will stay with you. And just explain to them. I think right now everybody understand because all the costs are going up, so you charge them higher. That's reasonable.
Mainly, how to look for pricing your services or goods. I think one of the well, everybody can Google, right? You can call, and if it's a restaurant, you can go and see the price. But
Right.
also, I think back to the Chamber of Commerce, when you meet with other business owners, you can discuss their strategies. And doesn't have to be exactly the same product you're selling, but they can give you some advice as well. And since we are talking about starting business in New York is one of the most expensive cities to live. So you need to put in your pricing these considerations. If you are having a office space, you're paying for that. You're paying yourself a salary. You're hiring somebody, and the minimum wage is also higher in New York City than in other states as well. So you need to consider that.
How to set your price? Okay, I think you should find an accountant that, for example, if you are in restaurant business, so you should find an accountant. He served many other restaurants. So they will give you advice. For example, one of the accountant came to our class and he told one business to say, you spend too much money in human resources, and you didn't spend enough money in marketing. So you need to get more customers. So a good accountant, because they know in each industry, they have percentage, how much they should spend, how much they should make income. So that would be the good one. But if you just go Google, for example, in your industry, you can find the similar size of the business, okay, their price. Right now, everybody have the website, so you don't have to go to the street to find it. You can find their price, and then you can decide, okay, if you can be a little bit higher or lower, depends on your goal. I know some business, they say, I don't care. I just want to help those customers, so I can, my price will be a little bit lower, but I can get more customers. Or you prefer to serve fewer customers. They can afford your services. So it's your decision. Okay, now we go.
Public accountant is your friend. So бухгалтер або податковий спеціаліст, because here in America, usually the same, well, it can be a team of people, but overall, it's a person who advises you how to book your expenses and your income. And also it's a person who is filing your tax return. Can be different people, can be the same depending on their practice, but this is your friend. You need to see them, you need to speak with them, and be on top of your financial situation.
Okay, so this slide have some websites to help you. You can see how to do the research. Okay, the market research. So if I ask you, I say, how many customers you can get every day? Can you give me a number, the estimate number? Okay, you can set up a goal. I saw a lot of business, they did one thing is very good. Every month or every week, they have a goal. Say this week, I want to get 20 new customers. Okay. And then they will break down, say, so my plan is every day I will call 50 people, to talk about, if they can refer people to you or, try to encourage that. So you need to have plan, have a goal, and then break down to have plan practical. So because I know everybody's so busy, if you don't really have those on your calendar, you will forget. So I encourage you to do that. Okay, put in your calendars how many phone calls you want to do, how many new customers you want to reach out for each week, so you can stay on your goal. So this is the market research. Okay, you can also contact Small Business Development Center, one of our resource partner, because they have a research library. If you make appointment with them, tell them what's your business, they can send to their library. For example, if you want to open a daycare center, and they can send back the report, tell you that area, how many households have children of the age that you are looking for, and also the parents' education level and their income. So you can you will be able to find out how many customers that you can focus, and also the price, because the parents' income can help you make the right price strategy. Okay, so here is your financial management. As a business owner, of course, you don't have to do your bookkeeping, accounting, but very important, you need to find an accountant, okay? An accountant and attorney will be your team member, okay? And also a lender, I mentioned in the beginning. So you need to know how much that you can see, explain your source and amount of how much money you have, okay? And the second one, every month you should have a budget. For the first year, we call projection, means every month you have to list how much expenses and how much will be your revenue. And of course, you say, I haven't started my business. How do I know how many customers income I will get? So you have to estimate and then adjust that. So you will see that you have to be have a feasible plan. We saw most of startups, their goal is too high. Okay, so that's normal. So you need time to adjust that. And then you need to know how much cash flow is very important as a business owner. Every week, do you know how much money in, how much money out? That one can give you an idea if you need to borrow money this year, next year, or 2 years later, or you need to get account receivable paid as soon as you find out your break-even point. So from when, okay, you can estimate when you can break even and start making profits. That's very important for you, because if you really need to borrow money, you need to prepare early. Okay, a lot of business, they contact us when they ran out of money. Usually I have to say sorry, too late. because you have to prepare those documents, and the lenders, they need time to make decision. So you really have to start early. Okay. So next time when we talk about financing, we will go to the details that what you should do. Okay. So this is the operation. I think that most of you already have idea how many days you want to work. But the second one is very important. Now hiring, hire people work for you is a big problem in US, okay, because of pandemic and inflation. So salary have to be higher, and also you have people ask for telework from home. So you need to calculate what you can do, what you cannot do. So next week we will talk about job, how to look for jobs. So I also will mention, like as a business owner, what will be the best strategy for you to hire people. So I think right now, maybe depends on your business, the services, you can do just learn by doing. Okay, I think you just new here, so maybe you don't know if you need to hire somebody. Okay, but that need time, so don't worry about that too much. Okay.
Let me give you a tip on hiring somebody this summer. I'm posting the link to New York City sponsored summer youth employment program. So this program matches New York City based youth ages 16 through 24. So 16 through 24, 24 can be a graduate of a college already with a master's degree, can be a very well qualified individual to join your team. And the trick is that you need to register as a workplace, as a business. And I just sent a link to this website. You can see New York City Gov, and it's Summer Youth Employment Program. And interestingly, you don't need to pay that person's salary. The city pays that person salary. It's a minimum salary, but many are looking for internship opportunities. So you can find very good match for you. So I really encourage those of you who already launched their businesses to consider to register and know that you can have a part-time paid by New York City summer intern for 6 weeks and, help them help you.
Right. Okay. So summer is close. So now is a good time to get ready for that. Okay. And I think if you hire, those young kids, they can bring in customers for you too. Next one is insurance. Okay. You have to know, depends on your industry. Some industry, you need to protect yourself. In US, most of the business has been sued. Okay, that's tradition in US. So you need to have insurance to protect yourself. And also, you have to see your, if you need any equipment here. Okay, and also the last one, delivery. Okay, now we know a lot of the community, they need you to deliver. That's be a new trend. Okay, for a lot of customers, they don't go out to shop, they shop online. So if you can provide that delivery, especially you say free delivery, they like that very much. Okay, so this is the summary. Okay, summary, you have to write everything else first, and then you can just have a summary of your goal, how will you reach that. So now we will talk about the business structure. The sole proprietor means only you, one person, own the business. And partnership is if you have one or two, not too many, okay, you really have a good partner. The best partnership is, for example, you are good at sales, okay, and you don't like to manage the tiny things, so you can find a partner good at in details, can work inside to manage those employees. Corporation, LLC, okay, depends on your situation. I think that if you just started, I think most of you will be sole proprietor. So let's go to the sole proprietor, category. It's easy to register. Later, I will show you. Okay, you just go to county clerk to register, and it's free. You can make whatever decision you like. Nobody can stop you legally. Okay, and there's government actually. They don't have a regulation for sole proprietor. So, and also you can receive all of the profits. When you consider your business structure, I think, in the beginning, you just start with a sole proprietor, and then later you can register as a, LLC or a corporation. You have to consider two factors when you make decision. One is tax. So which one is better for your tax? Number two is your liability. Okay, in America, really, even McDonald's was sued because somebody eat the chicken nugget and it's too hot, so burn their lips. They sue McDonald's. So if you're in the food industry, children's or elderly health, those are the industry you really have to protect yourself. So for sole proprietor, tax. For the tax reason, okay, you just report your income. For example, the first year, you make $10,000. That's by you, right? So you can just report that on your individual tax return. That's it. Very simple, right? And the disadvantage is unlimited liability. If somebody sue you, you lost the lawsuit, then your personal property, okay, have to be affected. Maybe because you are the business is you. So, your property, maybe you owe somebody money, then you have to pay for that. And also, sole proprietor, most of the investors, they don't want to invest in sole proprietor. They want to invest in corporation, okay? And the third one, if something happened, then nobody can take over your business legally. Okay. The last one, you can do whatever you like to do, but sometimes it's risky because nobody can stop you. Okay. So this is a disadvantage. But you can change your business structure in the future. So don't worry too much in the beginning. Okay.
Something to
Mariia?
start with. Yes, Manly, we have a question here.
Yes.
Evgenia is asking about the difference between being self-employed and being a businesswoman. So since you talked about sole proprietorship, that's self-employed, but how do you feel about the difference between self-employed and a businesswoman, business person?
No, for the tax purpose, of course, is similar. But if you register, you have a tax ID, as a business owner, you pay different tax rate. So encourage you. I think in America, self-employees, you like freelance, you have to.
Independent contractors, freelancers.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So those for the tax reasons are a little bit different. Okay. When you fill out the different forms. Okay?
Yeah, so self-employed means you work for yourself.
Yes.
Business person means you're in business. You can be in partnership, you can hold shares of a corporation, you can run your business. So business person is a broader definition than self-employed, because self-employed means you work for yourself and maybe you're just one person working for your own business. So these are the differences, I would say. And what Manli said, that if you are in business with somebody, for example, it's a partnership and you consider liability questions, you consider tax. So it's more complex, but overall, you can say it's sort of similar, but business person is broader. It's just everybody who
Right.
has anything to do with business, you can say they are business people.
Right. And sole proprietor, actually you don't have to hire anybody, right? Only you. Or in the future, if you think about maybe 6 months later, you will hire one part-time, or 1 year later, you hire one person. I think as a business owner, especially you think you will stay in business in the future, they will come from the day one that you are a business owner. So you want to be a business, not just a self-employee. Okay, so that's for your future to expand. So now I think partnership, I will skip that. The best one is you find somebody like the managerial skills you can combine. So for the tax reason, for example, the first year you make $10,000. So each of you get $5,000. Just report us your income, and that's very easy too. Okay, but we saw so many best friends, relatives, siblings. They become like enemies after they work together. So if you have a partner, please find an attorney to create a partnership agreement. That's very, very important. So protect both of you, and you don't have any issues in the future. Okay. We don't go to the detail of corporation, but corporation will be the business is not yours only, it's a stockholder. Stockholder can be one person, so you can register as a corporation from 1 to 100,000 of people. So you can change that in the future, okay? But corporation, of course, they have their advantage. Some tax rates will be lower, and some deduction you can report that. So just protect your personal property. C corporation, and most investors, they are more willing to invest in the corporation. But of course, it's more complicated. So I think in the beginning, maybe not. You don't need that. LLC is the best flexible, corporate structure. You can see here have all the benefits here. But in New York, unfortunately, why not everybody just register LLC? You can see the second one from bottom. Some states, they don't have this regulation, but New York State, they have this regulation. If you want to form an LLC, you have to publish in at least two newspapers for 6 weeks. That can cost you hundreds to $1,000s. So you haven't making money. So that's why a lot of business, they don't consider that, especially in the beginning, okay? So now we go to the easy part. This is straightforward. After you make decision, okay, how do you register, as a partnership or just sole proprietor? So sole proprietor, you don't have to register, okay? If you don't hire anybody, then it's easy. So you just go to your county clerk office, depends on your county, and then this is you can get a form. This is how much they charge. Okay, the more information is here. Okay, and you can search. If you go to county clerk's office, they will search. If somebody already have that name of the business, then you have to give them another one. Okay, so this is the corporation. Okay, have to work with New York State. Okay, I put all the information here for future when you want to choose that business structure, and all the forms, all the charges for you. So here, all the documents you need to prepare. Okay, and this is more websites for you. You can go to learn about each of the business structure. Very important to get ID, the tax ID number. Even you are a sole proprietor, you don't need a tax ID number, but most of the accountant, they suggest you should still get a tax ID number. You report the tax, but if you didn't reach that requirement, you don't have to pay tax, okay? So report tax and the pay tax is different. You can get a tax ID number just by, contact IRS. They can give you the number. So you don't have to use your Social Security as your tax ID number. Right now, use your Social Security number is too dangerous. Okay, a lot of fraud. So use ID number, tax ID number will be easier. If you are in your state, you sell products, not provide services, and you can get the tax exemption certificate. When you go to the wholesale, you don't have to pay tax. You charge the sales tax to your customers, okay? So you should apply for get this one, so you don't have to pay tax when you go to the wholesale. So this is how you get all the licenses and the certificate. Some of the industry you can see here, street vendors, newsstands, home improvement contractor, locksmiths, at least here. Then you have to go to New York City Department of Consumer, okay? And the restaurant have to contact 7 different city agency, okay? It's more complicated. But here, at least some of the permit you have to go to New York State, like real estate broker, hairdresser, barber, barbers or private investigating. You can find that online, okay? Or you can just contact. I mentioned we have a resource partner. They can help you, okay, with this. So for you, most important thing is to decide. You want to go to the business, and they can help you with others, okay?
Yeah, I just wanted to emphasize that when you start your business, research whether you need to be licensed, you need to be certified, because for certain business fields, it is required. And if you are not certified, you are violating the laws, you are conducting illegal activity. So for example, if somebody was a dentist in Ukraine, by the laws of the United States of America, you cannot provide dental services, medical services, unless you are licensed by a state, say state of New York or state of New Jersey. If you are an attorney in Ukraine, you cannot provide legal services unless you become licensed in the state where you reside. So it is important to review the requirements for your business. And when we mentioned the websites where you can see, depending on your business, what you need to have, what licenses you need to have. Because if you're here long term, and hopefully you're here because you want to start a business, you want to have a successful business, not just a fraud scheme to make money fast, make sure you follow the requirements that the state and city have for your businesses.
Right. So in the future, if you hire employees, you have to pay unemployment insurance and workers' compensation insurance, okay, if you have employees. So I already mentioned insurance, depends on your industry. You can talk to the insurance broker, or actually New York State have an insurance department. You can just talk to them. And also they sell insurance. They have insurance fund. Okay.
I just wanted to clarify, this is not your health insurance. This is insurance in case your employee has an accident, for example. That's work compensation. So you need to understand the requirements here. Property insurance, if you have your business and it burns, something happens, are you going to lose everything you had? All your equipment, your computers, your phones, your furniture? You don't want to have that. Liability insurance, if you're driving a car that's not insured and something happens with the car or accident happens, who is responsible? And whether you are losing that asset, a car, and also you are injuring another person, you need to be insured. Auto insurance, business interruption insurance is another insurance. If there is a hurricane, if there is COVID 2023, hopefully not, but this is something to consider. So very important to look at insurance coverage, because usually it's not expensive and people overlook thinking that it will not happen, but usually things happen. So it's good to be insured at least with some basic levels for your business, for your industry. What's recommended?
Yes. Okay. And for the, protect you, right now, especially you have a website. So you hire somebody to do the website and to design your website. But if something happened, like the designer use somebody else's design or music or video, actually you will be penalized if somebody sue you. So just make sure that if you need to get permission to use somebody else's design.
Yeah,
okay?
Back to that slide that you had in the beginning, name search. Name search is important because when you register a business and you really like to be called Sunflowers of New York, and then you see there were 103 sunflowers of New York and you were selling sunflower oil, not a good idea. Think about another name. And then also, if you make the same website, Sunflowers of New York, but somebody had that website, you will not be able to use it. And even more important, that somebody has a trademark, торгова marka, that's registered and they're holding intellectual property rights to that name to sell sunflower oil. So it is important to run your Google search and see who is using what name. And if you're thinking that you like your name so much, you like your brand, you invested, you developed your brand, take a look at the Federal Patent and Trademark Office. Do a little search there, because if somebody is using the same name, you will not be able to protect your intellectual property. So these things are important to consider.
Yes. Okay. Now want to talk about, if you want to, I think we don't need to talk about franchise. Okay. You already have your own business. Right. So that's good. But for home-based business, just be careful your zoning regulation. Some of the areas they cannot have business, okay? Because the neighbors will report you if they see like customers get in and out, or the truck deliver the inventory, something. So you have to find each county, they have not county, district. Each district, they have a district council. So try to understand that. And also some products you cannot make from home, okay? Actually, the food, you're not supposed to prepare food at home and sell it to the market. You need to use the kitchen. There are several kitchens in New York area. You can rent the kitchen to, especially for the bakery, and because they make sure those facilities are clean, okay, so that can protect you. I think maybe some of you, Maria, I think would be a good one business for ladies, they want to bake something, sell to the parties or catering, so they can rent those kitchens to do that. So now we go to who can help you. I think I already mentioned we have funded resource partner can have one-on-one counseling. The other things are you should every year you should get your credit report. It's free. So because people make mistakes, so you should find out something that there is no mistake there. So when you apply for a loan, there is no problem for that. Okay, now today we talk about this. The first things, you have business idea. I think all of you have business already. So now you have to decide how do you expand your market in US. So if you want to register as a business, so you can expand, in the future. Or I think it's good. Okay, you have a business, you register in America, definitely will help you. Because a lot of people, they still feel US, have a guarantee, it's a protection, okay? And the second one, you have to think about your ideal customers. Then, you can decide how you can reach out to them, do the marketing to them. I think Mariia and I, we have other, we already scheduled webinars talking about marketing. Okay, so every day we have to learn something new, especially marketing. And then number 3 is consider the funding. So right now is a good time for you to think about how much money you need. If you need to borrow money to grow your business, then what you should prepare and what's the requirement. I think we have another webinar, we'll talk about that. And the last one, the business plan. Right now, although you already have a business before, but you need to write a new business plan for your market here. It's totally different. But I think all of you have a good advantage is because you still have Ukraine background. So maybe they need something, or some business or customer individuals, they need something that you can sell to them or provide service to them. Okay, this depends on your industry. So you can still SBA, we have international trade funding. If you export something, including services like financial services, New York is famous for the financial services, or construction design, like those designer and others. So you can use international trade loan, go up to $5 million. We will talk about finance later, but think about as an exporter. American government right now want to spend a lot of money to help exporter, and they expand broaden the definition of exporter. Even you are not an exporter, if you provide services to the exporter, you are counted as an exporter too. That's good news for 2023.
So the United States government encourages export of goods and services and supports companies who do export by loans and grants. That's the training too, right? Technical training.
Right. And also, I think the best things in each of the state, because SBA, we provide the funding to each state. So there is a grant. If you participate in a trade show or a trade mission in other countries, they will reimburse up to 70% of your expenses. So that's a very good programs that maybe you think about, you want to go to other countries to expand your business. Okay, so that concludes my presentation tonight. So any questions? Did you see any questions?
Yeah, thank you so much, Min Lee, for this presentation. It's a lot of information. And as I said, it will be available. The slides will be available in English, and they were translated in Ukrainian by a group of our translator. I just wanted to really thank them for that. And I hope you will enjoy the translations as much as I did when I read through them. Yeah, we have a couple of questions.
Okay.
One of the questions was about the difference between taxes for self-employed and taxes for limited liability companies. So taxation of a self-employed person and taxation of a limited liability company. That's Nadia. Nadia, thank you for your question. Unfortunately, we don't have an accountant with us,
Right,
or a
okay.
CPA.
Right.
But in general, I would say my understanding is that LLC, limited liability company, can have multiple owners. And if it has multiple owners, it is taxed as a partnership. So it has different rules. And if it's one person, everything flows to your individual tax return. So that means that if it's one person LLC, it is similar to self-employed. Mainly?
Yes. Yeah. For my position, I cannot provide the tax information. Okay. So you should talk to our resource partner. For SCORE, they have accountants and they also have attorneys. They can answer that question.
Okay, if anybody has any questions, they can raise hand and ask the questions. We're happy to answer. But again, to give you an idea, today was a general overview for you to start thinking about your business, or if you already launched your business, to see some kind of bones, structures, how to build it, some information to consider, including liability questions, your marketing strategies, your legal form, because maybe you're self-employed sole proprietor and you're looking for a different entity. So this is for you, for your information. Think about more questions, because we will have a series of these events, and our next events will be next week will be not business related, but something that mainly agreed to talk about is about looking for jobs. So job search in New York State. And then next event will be in May 11th, and we will talk more about regulations and requirements. So legal regulations, some state, city-specific regulations, permits that you need to get. So it will be more information about that. And another webinar we'll have in the end of May. Mainly we'll talk about how her agency, it's a federal agency, Small Business Administration, can help your business. So also a lot of information is coming. I see Alla has her hand up. I don't know, Alla, if you want to ask a question.
I think that's original at the beginning.
Maybe. Okay. Well, if we don't have any questions, Minli, thank you so much for today's webinar. Thank you everybody who attended. Next time, I think we may do a different format, so we are more interactive. So we are trying and to see what works best for us. But thank you so much for your time, for your participation, and look forward to seeing you next time.
Thank you.